Hello everyone, this is Vicky, StitchNButton, and I am back for my bi-weekly update. Today is June 2nd, it's a Wednesday night, and this is Flosstube number 82. I have some stitching, not too many different whips, but I have good stitches in them, and no finishes. A couple of things came in the mail, and then I have my giveaway winner announcement also, and Gunner's hungry. All day it's been sitting there. He just decided he needed to eat. Anyway, so what am I gonna start with? I have a list of things. I might actually follow the list. Okay, first thing is stitching. I think I put them in chronological order, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think so. From first to last, I'm going. So when I last left you, I had stitched a whole bunch on this one. It's Quixote Picasso from LA Geek on Etsy. That's the picture. Here's what I ended up finishing on. I forget how many stitches total I did on this one. I know I wrote it down somewhere. It was over 4,000. I got a good bit done. I had shown a before and after on my last video. Basically, I only had about his head and arm and staff and some of the shield. So I did all that other stitching, and I'm pretty happy with it. Don't know when he'll come back out. I mean, he got a lot of attention. He needs to stop being so needy, right? This is stitched on 32 count Hermosa from Picture This Plus. And I didn't have any white at the time, and I wanted to put it on white, but then I figured the blue, it sort of goes with his frame of mind, I would think, unless you go tie-dye. So that one is going away for a bit. My next one I did a little over 2,000 stitches on, and that is One Nation from Bygone Stitches. I've hashtagged this one as 1BA Nation. I remembered to say that. I'm still hashtagging it until it's done. And I finally finished the stars. I had, okay, here it is in its entirety. So everything over here was already done. And when I picked it up this time, I went and I finished all the stars in here and the little blue centers. And then I moved down to these stripes here just because I had to put it on a hoop. I don't have a lot of purchase over here, so I had to put it on a hoop instead of the Q-snap. Because I still have this stripe not finished, when I go back to it, I think I'm definitely going to finish off that stripe first. So I'll go here and I'll finish that, and then I'll work the side. I'm happy with my progress. Like I said, it's just over 2,000 stitches, and it's coming up in, I'll tell you in my plans, how I plan on stitching on this. That is stitched on 32 count bed, creek bed brown from R&R Reproductions, using the called for threads. If you have not kitted this up yet, don't get the white. Just use white or B5200 or that one that's a winter white would be fine too. Save your money. You really can't tell a difference at all. I would have saved my money. Okay, third in line, I'm in semi-sane, as I said before, and they have the event for this month. It's only the 2nd, so it just started. Bear with me. It is called Something to do with Trivial Pursuit. Stitch 'em All Pursuit. And each color represents a theme that you should stitch on. My first roll was on a red, and red is something to do with the primary focus on a woman. So I pulled out a lady named Ella. This is available from Ingleside Imaginarium. What you need, if you go on her website, she'll tell you how to get the chart. There's, I think you need to make a donation to a couple of the places that she has on the site. Once you make the donation, you send her a screenshot of the confirmation, and she will send you the chart. When I got this, I got it right away, so that's all she had stitched on this. I'm pretty sure she's finished it and has probably updated the chart. I think I downloaded the updated chart when she sent it. So, it's really gorgeous. Gorgeous. And this goes with the hashtag Representation Matters sale, along with the Diversity Inclusion sale. And I am stitching this on, it's Roslyn by Under the Sea Fabrics. And here she is. There are, just to let you know, there are 1.5 million quarter stitches on this one. Every time it touches one color, touches another, there's probably a quarter stitch there. So if you're not fond of quarter stitches, then I'm not sure if this is going to be the chart for you. Or you can do, I should have thought, if I had thought about it before, what I should have done was what I did with my, crickets. It's the coffee one from Imaginating. That one had a lot of quarter stitches, and I was doing 1/2 on 36 count, and I ended up making full stitches instead of quarter stitches. I was just making them over 1 stitches instead of quarter stitches, and that seemed to work. And you could do the same here. Instead of doing the quarter stitches, I just feel that I've done so many of them, I don't want to change it up because I think it's going to, I'm not sure if it would look weird. Plus I'm doing 2 over, so I'd have to swap out between 1 over and 2 over. On this, this last pass, I did, let me see. Okay. I worked a little bit on the darker gray, but I did a lot more of this lighter gray I filled in, and I did up in here and over here. I had to look for a second there. I couldn't remember. So basically, I pulled out one color, and it was the lighter gray, and I used that up, and then I still needed a few more stitches, and I pulled out a length of the darker gray and finished up the stitches, which was only 200, so she didn't get a lot of progress, but with all those quarter stitches, I think that's the way to go with this one, is sort of do it in little spurts so I don't get aggravated. There's that one. And the last one I started working on last night, and I have 121 stitches in, and yes, it's in the hoop, but it's going to show where I'm starting. This one is Starry Night. Yeah, it's a Realist Kit. It's just the chart. Where's the picture? Alright. I had it out a minute ago. It's behind me. Okay. So, this is what it looks like. I mean, it's Starry Night. I'm pretty sure there's not too many people that haven't seen this picture. This is the Realist Kit. And just to give you an idea, that is what the chart looks like. It's in color. It's very hard to read. Okay? Just for reference. Some of the lighter spots are not as bad. Just kidding. But overall, it's kind of hard to read. I have made a working copy of it. It's hard. I mark off as I go, and it's not showing up as well because, I mean, it's color. So it makes it a chore. And it's on 14 count Ada, which has softened up since I was holding it in hand for a while. I just rolled it up because it was standing up on its own. And it's also the wool, that wool type 1-strand thread. And I'm pretty sure, if I read it right, that it calls for 2 strands because that's what I've been doing. And then there's even a section I did 1 strand by accident. I'll show you. Okay, so here's where I am, and what I've done is I decided to work on just one color, the black, because I need to do 200 stitches on a full coverage, because that was my second roll in this Stitch 'em All pursuit. But if you look here, is it there? Yeah, you can see that one, and that one was where I went 1 over 1 instead of 2 over 1. And I thought, no, that's got to be 2. And I will take a moment. 2 strands across it. So I don't know why I thought it. I think because when I picked it up again, it felt so thick I was doing 1 over, but I was wrong. And it's going to stay like that, because once it's all said and done, you won't notice it that much, honestly. I really doubt it. But anyway, I did get 100 and something stitches in just in this area before I gave up last night. And I'll finish that off for the 200 stitches. When I say gave up, it's because I had already just done the 200 stitches on Ella and all those quarter stitches. So I was just done. And I obviously made a mistake up here and didn't take a piece of tape and pull that out yet. Tape will clean that up. Almost, I can show you if you've never done it. I don't know if there's anybody that needs this tip. Every time I think, people know about it, I find somebody that doesn't. So I just take a piece of tape and go on both sides, and I sort of rub it to the side when I do it, and it picks it up. You could also use a toothbrush. I wouldn't use an old toothbrush. I mean, Dollar Store has a toothbrush. You can just buy that. That'll pull it off too. But a piece of tape is always right there, so that works for me. So tonight, my plans are to go ahead and put in the other, 79 stitches in on this, and then roll again. I also wanted to show you what I ended up doing because of, in case you have not gotten a Realist Kit, or you have and you haven't come up with a plan, I cut mine all the same length. Right now, I can't tell you what the length is. I think it may be about 36 inches. And I pre-cut it. They're numbered. Comes on the bobbin like this. So if it asks for number 10 on here, that's another thing that you have to reference 3 different places almost. So they give you this, and every color has a number. And then here's your legend. Your color keys right there, which then tells you what the symbol is. So you find the symbol, then you find the symbol on here, and you find the number, and then you go and get the number. Right? So what I did was I took one of these Paco things, and I wrote the numbers in, and I pre-cut a bunch of pieces, and I just hung them on there. That way I'm not unwinding from this, because this is one continuous on here and it's not pieced. It just makes it easier. It makes it flow better. So I'm sure it'll look great when it's done. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite setup. Alright, so plans are, they changed recently. I was talked into joining Crystal Academy. They changed up the rules on it. If you're interested, go ahead and look up the group. I'll try to remember to put a link down. I'll write myself a note. So in Crystal Academy, you have to, I'm writing this down. basically you have to learn spells. There's 6 different spells you have to learn and 5 different levels that go 50 stitches, 100, 150, 200, 250 stitches. So the first spell will go on for a week or 2, and you do the stitches by levels, and you put in pictures every time you finish a level. That'll give you 750 stitches in a week, I think it is, or a week and a half. It'll give you 750 stitches on that project. Next week you go on to the next spell with the next project. So what they had you do was choose 6 projects. Choose 6 projects and an extra credit project. Extra credit is for after you've done your spells, you can do 1,000 stitches on a project, and it'll count for 100 points, I think. Don't hold me to all the numbers here, but I'm pretty sure that's correct so far. So, what I decided to do, I talked with some of the girls, and we've decided, I wanted to pick things I definitely wanted to stitch on, and 750 is not too bad. And I wanted to mix it up between what kind I was stitching on and what I wanted to get done. So what I came up with was Poppy from Mirabilia, Space Traveler from Heaven Earth Design, Silver Moon Tea from Mirabilia, Right After Delivery from Twin Peak Primitives, because now I did that because I'll be lucky if it has 750 stitches. Now you do the 6, you go through the 6, and then there's like a field trip or something going on, and then you do the 6 again. If you finish your project before it's all done, then you can switch to another project to finish the stitches. So I figure, well, that's a great way to get a couple done. So Right After Delivery, I'll be lucky if it has 750 stitches. If not, the first round, it'll be done the second round, and I'll change on to something else, because that'll end up in July, and I wanted to do a little bit of a Christmas in July, but not pigeonhole myself to all Christmas in July. So after, Right After Delivery, when that's finished, I will replace it with my Prairie Schooler Santas. Then I have Halloween Delivery. Halloween Delivery has just the crow to finish up, along with the little sign with the year in it above the crow. So it probably has at least 750 stitches, and will probably be finished in the second round of 750 stitches, which means I can swap it out for something else, which I don't know what I want to swap it out with just yet. I'm thinking maybe 12 Days of Christmas. So there's that. And then Winds of Change, which is a freebie from Cricut Collection that I'm doing. And I think it's going to be finished in the first round. I'm almost positive. I had a bulk of the boat done, which was a bulk of the stitching. The only thing that's left, if I can remember correctly, because I haven't looked at it since the last time I stitched on it a couple months ago. I have the waves and all the words, and I think the wind, little curly cues in the air. So I'm almost positive that'll be done in the first 6 weeks, and I'll be able to change it out to something. Again, it's going to be on the 6th week, so I don't know what I want to stitch on by then, and my moods change all the time. So that's the first 6 anyway, and then my extra credit is going to be One Nation. That's why I said it's in the plans. I figure One Nation's good for getting an easy 1,000 stitches in, because it's all lines are all letters for the most part, so I can get that done, and then I can get One Nation done, and then J Long will have a heart attack. She swears that she's behind. I think she's ahead of me. She's got the potential to finish it before I do. So J Long, I won't be working on it for a while. You got a couple weeks to zoom through yours, and you can finish before me. That's the plan. That's the plan. I also have fit a lot of this into magical stitches. I'm doing the cabins. And I'll look at the weekly stuff as I go along. But I'll fit into the cabin because that's 2,000 stitches. It doesn't have to be all on one whip. And then I will also fit it into the semi-sane stuff. I'm doing a second event on semi-sane. I'm doing Music Mania. I did that last year. Do you want to know my music choices? I figured them out last night. I went with 80s, I guess, dance / music that everybody was jamming to back in the 80s. The list goes. Now, with Music Mania, you stitch the amount of stitches you stitch are the amount of seconds in. Well, no, the amount of time in the song. So, for instance, I Want to Be the One from Stevie B. It's going to be my first one, and that's 5 minutes and 2 seconds. So I'll stitch 502 stitches. Next is It Takes Two from Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. That's 500. Naughty Girls Need Love Too from Samantha Fox. I really dug in for some that have not been heard from in forever. That's 510 stitches. I Want Your Sex from George Michael, because it was so taboo to sing that song back then. 444 stitches. And then I threw in a Rickroll. Yes, I did. Never Gonna Give You Up. 335 stitches. Bad from Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson was like the epitome of the 80s and some of the 90s. So 407 stitches there. Then I threw in a little hip-hoppy Run DMC with It's Tricky. That's 303 stitches. I put a little Latin spice in there with Conga from Gloria Estefan, and that's 414 stitches. And then we got Technotronics in there with Pump Up the Jam. That's 520 stitches. And then we're rounding it off with 1999 from Prince for 336 stitches. That is my playlist. And I feel like as I'm stitching those, I'm going to have to listen to the song at least once that I'm stitching for. Now, what do I have? I have a little bit of haul and decision with this. So, I didn't even open this up. I did receive a very crinkly fabric bag. It's from Fortnite Fabrics. I received my fabric of the month. It's called Bonnie and Clyde. I get the duos. Even weave 28 count. And this is what it looks like. It's got some grass green and into a little bit of off-white beige into a purpley color. Purpley maroon color. Here's the other side. Not sure if that's picking up this what I'm seeing, but that's what it looks like. Again, I have been happy with all of my pieces so far. I always staple the card to the selvage. That way I don't have to put it back in the bag. There. Alright, and then I decided, and this is where the next bit of buying power happened. I had gotten Slick Fiddle from Ink Circles. It's part of the Moo the Merrier, and I love a good cow, although this is a cat. And I thought I had bought Hey Diddle. Well, I looked and I don't have it. I'm like, wow, how rude. Well, my friend Robert's Palace of Stitches, was just finishing up with his, so I messaged him. I'm like, hey, do you have any plans for that chart? Because I was going to buy it, but I figured if he's going to finish it and not do anything with it, you know, I'd buy it off of him. He would not let me buy it. Instead, he sent it to me when he was done along with another chart. So I have both Hey Diddle and Slick Fiddle. And I went and bought the sulkies. I just ordered them from 123 Stitch. I didn't get the whole kit. I know you can get all the ones for the More the Merrier. I wasn't looking for that. I just wanted the ones for here because I wanted to use sulkies on it. I also pulled a fabric, and this is, oh my goodness. I didn't write it down. Oh no, it's some blue fabric. It may be part of the Hermosa. No, it's not. Midnight something from some fabric dyer. It's 32 count. I'm almost positive it's 32 count. I'm gonna have to look and see what fabric it is. Oh, you know what I just noticed? There's a face. Doesn't that look like teeth? Looks like an x-ray. Weird. Anyway. So I got this. I got the sulkies, and I'm going to stitch them both on one piece of fabric back to back. Made that decision when I was looking at it. I thought they should face each other, but if you look on both sides, there's the fence, and then there's this green grassy knoll, and then a pink, I don't know, is that mulch under the tree? And it just won't match up. It matches up better this way than it does on the other two sides, and I don't want to change up too much. So that's my plans for that. Now, Robert sent me the Hey Diddle, and he also sent me this because he had stitched this, and I forgot. I was like, oh, I like that. So he decided he was going to send it to me. And this is Ghostly Encounter from Stitching Through Time. And it only takes 3 colors. Snowflake from Weeks Dye Works. You know I'll use B5200, right? Black, and then the copper color for the little bits of orange. He also sent a couple of these beads that went with it. I guess the beads are for the, it looks like it goes on the eyes of the bird, the skulls, and the candles, if I'm not mistaken. They're cute. So thank you, Robert. Alright. And if you remember, if you watched my video 2 weeks ago, you know I'm doing a giveaway. This is to celebrate the 1,500, the solid 1,500 subscribers. And what I decided to do was get some stuff together. And I am giving this bag. I put the vinyl in there. It says, "Don't let anyone steal your sunshine." Tagline. And then I added some stuff. Matter of fact, I added stuff from when I showed stuff last time. I had a snag nabbit, beeswax from Noteworthy Needle, a little pack of needles, a needle case that has a needle in it, this fabric guide, along with 2 freebies, or 3 freebies that are spring type freebies. I added these 2 needle minders, sort of spring, sort of summer. I also added this llama tape measure, travel tape measure. It's got centimeters and inches on it, right? And then I put in a frogger with a frog and a threader with a daisy peace flower. Not only that, I decided to go ahead and add $20 credit to the Whole Stitch and Caboodle. I already talked with Jen from the Whole Stitch and Caboodle, and we have that worked out. So I did the drawing, and I did the random comment picker, and I will put the picture in here of what came up with it. The winner is Sarah King, who I happen to know. So Sarah, I have your address. I know where you live. I will send that. You get the bag, and then you join if you, I don't know if you're in the whole Stitch and Caboodle group, but you'll join that, and then you'll be able to get $20 in swag. So there you go. And thanks for everybody that commented. I love the comments. And the last thing I have really is new stuff. There's new stuff in the group. I just got these in today. Oh my goodness. These scissors. So I have 4 pairs of those, and I'm keeping 1 pair for me. So that's why there's 4 and not 5. I also have 2 other style scissors that I put in there today. One are guitars, and one the other one's Eiffel Tower. So check that out. And then I finally got in some new needle minders. I haven't been getting needle minders lately. I did get some in not too long ago, about a week and a half ago. So there's I Love Black Cats. There's this pretty pink butterfly. There's the I Just Baked You Some Shut the Fuck Up cakes. There's this cute little fox holding a rose. There's If You See Me with a Seam Ripper, Now's Not the Time. There is What the Fucculent. This cracks me up, oh my god. And then In a World Where You Can Be Anything, Be Kind. So that's those. And then I have been playing with my Cricut machine and making some things. I didn't pull out the couple of bags that I made. But you can see those on the group. And then I've also been making tumblers. So this is my latest one. Cross stitch is rated X. I have, right now, I've only got the stainless steel tumblers. I haven't been able to get the color ones, but I have different colors of vinyl that I can put on the cups. And I have to make a couple more, because this is the only one I have left out of these ones that I made. And then I have another one. It's over there. You can see it on the group. It says this is my cross-stitched sippy cup, and it has a cross-stitched heart on the back. Apparently I need to go get something to drink, like this coffee right here. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and love the comments. Have any suggestions or questions, definitely put a question in the comments below, or hit me up on Instagram. I'm there too. Have a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you hopefully soon. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine. Bye.